Today we're going to be going over the best mystic arts that you should be focusing on getting as soon as possible. These are all going to be great for PvP, PvE, and from early to end game. These are the most powerful mystic arts that you can get, and unfortunately most of them are hidden in places or ways that you wouldn't suspect that's how you would learn them. Now the first mystic art we're going to go over is the Drunken Poet. This allows you to drink and get into the intoxicated state, and we can cast this repeatedly to do up to 5 strikes. Each of these strikes consumes 6 vitality and dealing damage while inflicting drunken haze. This is actually an extremely good mystic art and actually incredibly easy to be able to get. Now, not only is this mystic art really good from both early and end game, it also pairs perfectly with another mystic art we're going to be showing how to get, Dragon's Breath. But before we get into that combo, let's show you how you unlock the Drunken Poet. Now to get this mystic art, you're going to need to head to this location right here. Once here, you're going to want to talk to this honest merchant, and you're going to check out the good stuff. Now, he does have a pose here to buy if you want to get it. Now, what we actually want to do is buy about 8 of these rose or crimson wines. So I bought 5 of the crimson wine. I'll get 3 of the rose wine. And now we need to go into our inventory and we need to drink all of them. Now you're going to drink all of these until you get the drunk status. So just keep guzzling down all of this wine that you bought, and eventually you're going to learn the skill. Also, you do have a chance of getting these black market goods as well. So let's open this up, and we just need to keep consuming all of this wine. We finally just got the wasted status, and this grants us the Drunken Poet mystic art. I don't know why my hair exploded, but unfortunately, to be able to get rid of this, you're going to need to be healed by another player in the game. Now, the easiest way to get healed by any player is just to head over to the clinic. You can fast travel here. And then you just want to switch from solo mode to online mode. And all you got to do is just stand in this location, and eventually somebody's going to request to be able to heal you. Just make sure to accept this when it does pop up. They'll be able to take care of all of your wounds. Now, the next mystic art that we're going to be going over is the Dragon's Breath. Now, the Drunken Poet skill actually pairs incredibly well with Dragon's Breath. They're actually meant to be used in conjunction with each other. Now, like the Drunken Poet, Dragon's Breath is another one where you drink to become intoxicated, and you're going to breathe fire with ki, dealing physical and elemental damage, and also applies ignition. While using it, you gain 15% damage reduction and fortitude, and you gain intoxicated, which allows Dragon Breath and Drunken Poet to be used without drinking. So essentially what this means is you can go up to a large group of enemies, you can breathe fire all over them, and then instantly go into the Drunken Poet attacks to be able to deal a ton of damage all at once. Now, to be able to get this mystic art, you're going to need to head to Kaifeng City, and we're going to be going to this location right here. Once here, you're going to run inside the large tower that's here, and we're going to be looking for a group of NPCs right over here. We're going to talk to both of these NPCs real quick, and they're going to give us a little quest. He's basically going to have us steal something from his brother to teach us the unique mystic art. Now, once you've picked up the quest, you're going to want to head to the main south gate. If it's not daytime already, then you're going to want to set it to daytime, and you're going to head down this path right here. Now, you're also going to need to make sure that you have the, the Steely Yoink ability, also known as the Celestial Seas Mystic Art. And then we're just going to keep going down this path over here, and just on the other side of this building, we should be able to see that brother over there. So what we're going to do is we are going to activate Celestial Seas, and we're going to try and get close enough to just be able to steal the item. So we're going to try and do this, and we have a 90% chance to take it, and wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. We stole it, and now all we need to do is return. And now all we need to do is head back to the East Cross Street fast travel point. We're going to head back inside the big temple, and we're going to talk to the brother once again and give him the item that we stole. Now, to actually unlock it, we need to go into our journal. We need to go to Wandering Tales, and then we need to claim the reward here to actually be able to get the Dragon's Breath scroll. Now, Talon Strike is another amazing skill that you're definitely going to want to get, especially if you plan on doing PvP at some point in time. This allows you to break the defense of someone, then follow up with 3 hits, dealing a decent amount of damage. This will also work on any NPC characters that also like to use defense. Now, to be able to get Talon Strike, you're going to want to head to this location right here. You're going to have to cross this long bridge, and there's going to be quite a few guys over here that are going to shoot arrows, and they're going to use these little ballista as well. There's actually a lot of them, so just kind of keep that in mind. There's going to be some more dudes up here as well. What we're looking for is right over here. You can tell because there's this bird flying around, and we need to drop down to this nest right here. Now, once we interact with this nest, we're going to be able to get one of these skill theft kind of quick time events. And basically, Bird Boy steals an egg and you learn Talon Strike. Now, next up, we're going to be getting the Wolf-like Frenzy Mystic Art. This is probably one of my favorite Mystic Arts and can come in particularly handy when playing through the game. With this, you're able to knock down an enemy while dealing physical damage, followed with rapid strikes, dealing a considerable amount of damage very quickly. Now, this is particularly effective against cavalry or enemies with unstable poise. This is a stance bar near their HP, and when you break this stance, you deal additional damage as well. To be able to get this, we're going to have to get into one of these secret areas under Kaifeng called the Ghostlight Market. Thankfully, this is really easy to get to. There are 2 different ways to do this, and one of them is super simple. Now, to get this, we're going to need to go to Kaifeng, and we're going to go to this fast travel point right here, and then we're going to want to head to the coffin shop. Once you get to the coffin shop, you're going to notice that you can actually walk inside one of these coffins. This is actually one of 2 ways to get into a secret area underground in Kaifeng. Why we lock ourselves in this coffin? Who knows? Now, once you get down here, you can run up here and you'll automatically get one of the masks. But what we need to do is we need to turn around and we actually need to jump up this path right here. And we're going to continue going up into this little kind of tunnel, I suppose, that leads back this way. All you got to do is just keep following this path, and you're going to see a large chest over here. This is going to provide you with the wolf-like frenzy. Now, while we are down here in the Ghostlight Market, you're going to want to head back down this path, and we're going to run over to this location right here. There is actually a secret cave here, and all we need to do is just fully explore this cave, making sure to collect all of the chests along the way. There are 7 of them, but the one that we're actually concerned with is really only the one at the very end. And once you finally get to the end, you're going to get a really interesting skill called Ghostly Steps. This allows you to gain the Mirage status. This lasts 20 seconds and reduces the endurance cost of ground dodge skills by 40% and slightly increases the untargetable duration. So this will be very useful in PvP. Now, next we're going to go over 2 mystic arts that are really amazing, and they both come from the same boss. The first one is the Yaksha Rush. This has low vitality and low cooldown, and this one is particularly recommended for PvP. This allows you to break the target's defense and then knocking them up in the air. If you do happen to break their defense, you deal a ton of damage to that player. You get this mystic art just for defeating the boss, but then you can also get free morph. This only requires 35 vitality and it has a 3-second cooldown. And this one is great for PvE and PvP. This deals an absolute ton of damage to enemies, and it finishes with an AoE impact at the end. It also deals additional damage to players. Now, there is quite a bit of things that you need to do to be able to actually unlock this boss. First and foremost, you need to get to Renown level 5, which means you need to get 6,000 exploration points in Xinghe. I think that's how you pronounce it. The quickest way to do this is by doing your outposts, world bosses, campaign, and legacy. Legacies give you a ton of exploration points, and doing all of your campaign is required because doing this one right here will give you one of the items that you need to be able to summon the final boss. Now, you will also need to defeat all of the world bosses, which means you'll need to defeat the Snake Doctor as well. If you head to this location on the map right here, there's actually a little cave here, and this cave is chock full of snakes. What we need to do is we need to hop up here and talk to this dude right here that is also hanging out with a snake. So we got the damaged manuscript, and what we need to do is we actually need to get an item to be able to actually get inside of here. Now, there is a snake right here guarding like a little chest. So now we should be able to kind of look at this little snake and steal it. Gimme, gimme, gimme. We got the one of the 3 pieces that we need. And the other piece is actually going to be over here. There's like a little hole in the ground that we need to open next to this camp. So we should be able to just run over to this little spot right here. I'm just going to jump and smash our way through it. We'll head down into here. Don't run into all the snakes like me. Oh my God. God, I hate snakes. And we need to also steal this one. All right, so that's 2 of the 3 pieces we need. The final item that you need to get, you can go to this location right here, and there's going to be a snake kind of in this little broken down building. If you stand on this broken down cart, we should be able to steal it. All right, that was a weird bug. I didn't like that, especially surrounded by snakes. All right, once you collect all 3 of the pieces, you just got to head back to the NPC that got bit, and you're going to deliver him all 3 of those items. and he's going to craft you with an item to be able to get through this tunnel without dying. Now that will allow you to take down the Snake Doctor. Just make sure to clear out all the other world bosses. Make sure to do all of your campaign. And then once you get to 6,000 world exploration, you're going to unlock the quest Final the Promised Land. So all you need to do is follow this quest line until you get to the final boss. Now, one thing about this boss fight, you can bring in a companion if you want. If you're struggling with the boss, you can actually bring in Ruby and she'll revive you once and bring back all of your healing pots too. I think that one's the best one to bring for a companion if you're going to do it that way. But another thing to keep in mind is you actually can't use healing support weapons in this fight. They actually don't really heal you. So if you've been using the fan or the umbrella as a support item, you cannot rely on that in this fight to help you get through it. Now, you will have to kill the boss 2 times to get both of these skills. You can't get both all in one fight. I don't know why they set it up that way, but once you get your first kill on the boss, you will unlock the Yaksha Rush. And then if you want to go in for your second kill, you can even put it down into story mode to help unlock this a little bit easier. That's completely up to you. Now, during your second fight, what you need to do is during the second phase, you're going to notice that there is an eye icon on the top right corner of the boss's health bar. This has a bar that kind of goes around this particular eye, and you need to get that bar to go all the way around and complete a circle for you to unlock the boss's specials, to be able to unlock the boss's special mystic art. Now, you can only do this in phase 2, which means you just have to tank this boss as long as possible, and the way that you fill this bar is by perfect blocking its attacks. Now, most of these attacks can be perfect blocked by just spamming the block button anytime he's coming at you, and as long as you get a perfect block, you will continue to fill up this bar. You can turn on the assist for it if you so desire. There's any number of ways to help you unlock this a little bit easier. Now, as long as you completely fill up that bar around the eye before the end of the second phase and you defeat the boss, you will unlock free morph, and you will absolutely love this mystic art. It is well worth the effort to get it, and you get to experience some fun story along the way.